Fala pessoal do canal, aqui é Hélio Oliveira do canal Agro na América, mais uma vez trazendo um videozinho top para vocês. Vai adubar essa área aí, e olha como que eles utilizam aqui, ó, o chupinho. Aqui a gente fala o auger, que vem na carreta, e o adubador tá aí, ó. Olha aí, carreta top. Então pessoal, no Brasil a gente sabe que as grandes fazendas tem aí a questão do bag, né, e tal, mas aqui olha como a praticidade comanda, né. Aí vocês podem ver, ele vai encher aí o adubador e vai jogar nesse terreno aqui, ó. Um John Deere 607. Então pessoal, aqui no Agro na América a gente está tentando trazer esses conteúdos para vocês diferente, né? A gente sabe que muita realidade aí no Brasil do agro é parecida, se não melhor do que aqui nos Estados Unidos, mas ainda tem algumas diferenças, algumas coisas de facilidades que eles têm que ainda a gente está atrás. Então é nesse sentido que a gente traz esses vídeos, para que a galera observe aí e tente fazer, né, alguma coisa para ajudar e facilitar o trabalho sempre. Evoluir sempre, né pessoal, buscar aí as tecnologias disponíveis, adaptar alguma coisa para nossa realidade. A gente sabe que a gente vive num país tropical, que é diferente aqui algumas coisas, mas nesse termo aí de maquinário a gente pode pegar algumas ideias deles aqui e colocar aí no nosso dia a dia. E hoje ele está colocando fertilizante sólido aqui nesse pivô, que eu fiz aquele vídeo lá do descompactador. Foi feito aqui nessa área. Então eu descompactei, ele está aplicando o fertilizante sólido, e logo após disso a gente vai passar uma grade niveladora e plantio. Vai ser plantado milho nessa área. É um pivô que tem aí aproximadamente 45 hectares, porque ele não é o círculo fechado, ele faz aí um pouco mais de 3/4 do círculo. E aí vai ser plantado milho para silagem para os animais. Então segue a gente aí. Eu vou tentar dar uma voltinha no distribuidor de adubo, vou ver se o rapaz permite isso, e aí vocês vão acompanhando aí com a gente, beleza turma? Vamos que vamos. Aí pessoal, a máquina tá recolhendo os braços para vir abastecer mais. Já jogou um vagão graneleiro e agora vai vir abastecer de novo para jogar mais. Isso aí, ó. As operações do agro aqui não são diferentes, né? O agro tá com a tecnologia bem parecida, equiparada. Então são detalhezinhos que às vezes facilitam a operação, que eu tô tentando trazer aí pra galera. Beleza pessoal? Vamos que vamos, vai começar de novo a operação de carreta. Fica aí com a adubo preparada, ele encosta e manda ver aí, ó. participado um pouco com ele ali. Podem ver, pessoal, aí, ó, as pedrinhas aí do vacuo. Já jogou por aqui. É isso aí. E aqui os sucos que foi feito com o descompactador.
Oh, open that and slam it shut. There you go. What'd you say your name was again?
Elio.
Elio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yours is
Dace.
Dace.
Dace. D-A-C-E.
Oh,
Yep.
Dace. Is it Dace?
Dace.
Dace.
Yes.
Okay. Só vai abrir os braços para começar a operação.
Cameras so you can see how much is in there.
And you get that set up, or you just drive it?
You just drive it. I've got it all set up. I got the GPS line set and everything, and just gonna make my other pass around that outside edge,
Right.
and then just finish it.
Okay.
Like I said, you got your rate here, and you set your rate, your density and everything.
And then ready to go.
That's how it knows, you know, how much you're putting out. There's chains in the back that are metered. I mean, and it knows when you calibrate it, it knows how many cubic feet per revolution.
Yeah.
So when you put your density in, it automatically knows, you know, how to adjust your rate for the different densities of the fertilizer on how much it's putting out. And it's set right now. When our back bin gets empty, I'll hit the button and it'll just automatically switch to the front bin.
Right.
And you can set it up to run 2 separate products. You can variable rate 2 different products. Our other dry rig, you can variable rate 3 products on with it.
Very interesting.
They come out and they'll soil sample the ground, and they'll take that and they'll build a map and a controller file that'll tell the machine exactly how much fertilizer each. It's on a 2.5 acre grid. Exactly how much fertilizer each 2.5 acre spot needs.
Right.
And then it only puts what you need where it needs it. It doesn't. It's
fantastic how the technology is helping nowadays, isn't it?
It makes it so efficient.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Just in the 12 years I've been doing this job, between the dry machines and the sprayers.
You do sprays too?
Yes, yes. It's crazy how much more technologically advanced they are. I mean, we've got 3 liquid sprayers and then 2 dry rigs, and the sprayers are crazy with the exact apply system and everything.
My public it will be more like small farmers,
Yeah.
but you know, like the big farmers in Brazil, they do the same technology.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They've got everything that we've got. Yep. And they don't have DEF and all of that junk either. But yeah, now I mean it.
Oh yeah, here you have to use DEF.
Yeah, have to use DEF. I mean, we really don't have any problems with our DEF systems, like ever. Yeah, so we're putting down urea, potash, and 1846. So we're putting down 35 units of nitrogen, 90 units of potassium, and that's it. I mean, there's some P in there too. I don't know why that's not figured. We're putting down 24 units of potassium too.
Well, this paperwork you get from the agronomist.
Well, the agronomist will tell Joe and Ty, hey, this is what I recommend for the fertilizer, and then they bring it to us.
All right.
And then we apply it.
Right.
This is 80 foot wide. That's what?
80 foot.
Yep.
That's huge.
Well,
I think the maximum we get in combines is 60 foot, isn't it?
yeah, pretty close. Yeah, our sprayers are 120 foot wide. Not quite 40 meters, 36 meters, I think.
What you tell me, is it better to spray by plane or by sprayer on
Ground sprayer.
I guess so, yeah.
Unless the only time it's not is when, like, say that wheat right across the
Right.
half-mile line, the ground sprayer is going to run some over, and you'll lose some,
Right.
you know, just from being ran over. But I still feel myself that the ground sprayer does such a better job.
I think so. In Brazil, they kind of doing a lot with drones.
That's starting here.
Yeah.
It's starting. It's not quite there yet, but there's getting to be more people getting into it.
They say because sometimes you get stuck if it's muddy or something.
Yeah, you
so
can.
with that, you know, you can go lower and well, they say this is efficient. I don't know.
Those drones are getting pretty good. And I would rather, if it was me, I would rather have a drone spray my field than a plane. I mean, they're lower to the ground. They're not going as fast.
Yeah.
They're getting.
And also it's more technology because you can adjust how much you go to. Maybe you don't need there, but in that spot, but you need in the other spot. You know, so more efficient, I guess.
Yep. Like I said, it's pretty crazy the technology these days. I mean, like I said, we've got exact apply sprayers, so there's a nozzle every 15 inches, and every single nozzle will shut off independently from the rest of them.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
It's so much more accurate. I mean, there's no overspray, there's no overlap. It's nice. I like it. I wouldn't want to go back to not have an exact apply. It's pretty slick.
There is places to do courses to operate those sprayers over here, or you just get doing it?
It depends. If you're doing it like we do it, we're a commercial business, you know. There's a license that you don't have to have, but they're making it more and more like you have to have it.
Right.
They keep adding more chemicals that you have to be licensed to spray. But I have a commercial applicator's license.
Right.
It's just a test you have to take and pass.
Right.
So I can have up to 4 people working underneath me using my license. I just have to be in constant phone, physical, or radio contact with them. But you don't have to have a license.
Right.
And if you're doing it privately, like say Ty bought a sprayer and you were going to spray just your stuff, you can get a private applicator's license.
Okay.
And it's an open book test, and it's a little easier than a commercial deal. Yeah, we've done 66 acres here. Let's see how much is here. How much it says. There's about 85, I think. It's been a while since I've been across this pivot. I've been across this pivot a bunch of times though over the years. So there's 88 acres inside this arch. It tells you, and we'll be a couple acres, a few acres off from that, from the overlap with the dry rig. But with the sprayer, with the Exact Apply, you're within 1 acre every time. All you have to do that is make your outside pass, one pass all the way around it, and you hit that, and it'll tell you how many acres is
it does the math.
Yeah, the computer does all the math. Like I said, it's insane how much technology just has came in. Like I said, in the 12 years since I've been doing it. I mean, the first dry spreader that I ran, it didn't even map. I mean, it didn't even tell you where you'd been. And anything, it had a light bar on the front, and that was how you drove it. Yeah, you set a line, and then it would tell you what number you were on, and you had to follow it. And then when you had to go reload, you had to remember what number you were on and where you ran out. And it was a lot more different. Like I said, just in 12 years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these things have heated, cooled seats, and it has massagers built into it, and we have a refrigerator behind the buddy seat.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But as much time as I spend in a machine every year, it sure is nice having that.
Of course it is. And especially like over here, obviously you're commercial, but big farms in Brazil, for example, have huge areas. The guy just, get from the support point and go far away, so he has to have a fridge or something to carry. Otherwise, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, and that's why I've got a water jug. I've got water bottles and food in there because I never know where I'm gonna be someday. I mean, I only, as of right now, I only have one more field to go do over by Maxville after this one, but I could have to leave from there and go another 25 miles. So I'm bringing food with me. I'm fat.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta have food.
Oh, you're gonna do Maxville?
Not for Ty. No, it's another field over by Maxville for somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, last year, from January 1st to December 31st of 2023, I sprayed and spread over 80,000 acres in the course of 1 year. And I've done more than that a couple times, but with this drought and not having enough help, it just, man.
You just do by yourself, or there is more people?
We have 6 employees. Yeah, we have one guy that just runs a sprayer. He doesn't do any dry. And then the guy that was driving that truck, he does dry. He's the manager. He does dry, and he will spray a little bit if he has to.
Right.
And then we've got one full-time truck driver and a couple part-time truck drivers, and then a couple people in the office, a couple ladies in the office doing all the paperwork and billing and everything.
The consistent business.
Oh, it's busy from the end of February all the way to the end of October. It's just, I mean, it's not constant long days, but I mean, we'll work 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, at least till noon on Saturday from now until the end of August.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it's 8 to 5 working hours, and sometimes it's 7 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
it just depends on this job is so dependent on the weather.
Oh, exactly.
That you can't just say, oh well, we're not going to work after these hours, because the wind, like yesterday and the other days and tomorrow, the wind's going to blow really bad, so you can't, there's certain things you can't do.
Exactly.
But you still got to get everything done.
Yeah, man.
I love it though. I wouldn't want to work in an office, stuck in an office all day, or a factory every day.
No way.
You know, doing the same exact thing all day, every day.
Seated there, you know.
This is different enough. You know, you're in different fields, doing different things, different machines. I mean, this is the second machine I've been in just today. I sprayed a half circle this morning with some herbicide to kill the weeds. You see now, you can see it's starting to come down in that back bend. When I get going again here, you'll see it a little more. Yeah, I texted Ty when I saw you because I figured you were his H2A guy, and texted him, said, hey, I don't know where he went, but if he has time, tell him he can come ride the rig and check it out. He said, I'll let him know. I'm friends with a lot of the South African H2A guys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much then. I mean, I saw just one in church, but
yeah,
I didn't.
You go to the Catholic church here?
Yeah.
My parents go to the Catholic church here. I was born and raised Catholic. Bob and Melanda.
Oh, I know Bob.
Yeah, Bob is my dad. Yep.
It looks like him.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, Bob's a nice guy. Yesterday I spoke with him. I was mowing the field in the church.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up here, lived here my whole life. My wife moved here before we got married.
So you live in St. John?
Yeah. Yep. We live down close to Squeaks, the bar. Have you been to Squeaks?
No. It's like by the
elevator. Yeah. We're north and west of the elevator a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I went to school here. I'm a few years younger than Ty.
Right.
Not a lot, but a few, 5 or 6 probably. The 2A guys I met over here were actually Irish guys, and they were a lot of fun. We were a lot younger. We partied a lot and stuff. But now you're from Brazil. I know one guy over at Maxville that has a couple Mexican guys, but mostly it's all South Africans.
Yeah, mostly. I think it's because the language.
Yeah, that is one thing for a lot of people. The language barrier is tough.
Yeah, because like there is another 3 Brazilian just came over now, but they tried to work for Wilson.
What, Karsten?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they kind of difficult for them for this language because they don't know much
English.
English.
Yeah. That's it. It's just about out there on the one side. And I'll switch it to the other hopper, the front hopper right there. See, and there it switches, and we go like this. Now we're looking in the front hopper back there.
Oh, lovely. So yeah, they get the CDL.
Yeah.
Because they need it. They go like Texas.
Yeah, that's where they're at right now, I think.
Yeah, and
or one of Karsten's cruises, anyways.
Yeah, so let's see.
And that's.
But I believe that because I'm here and I try to do my best, and people is watching this, so maybe they get those Brazilians to try.
I wish our business could get H2A guys, because it would be perfect for our business. I mean, here from March to October or November, and then they go home.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get an H2B for us, and it's more expensive, and it's more of a pain in the butt. And my bosses are like, well, how do you know we're going to get a good one? We're not going to get a bad one. Well, how do you know that somebody you hire here is going to be good? You don't. I mean, it's the same exact thing, but I can't get them talked into it.
Why you have to have an H2B instead of H2A?
Because we're commercial business. We're not a farmer.
Well, but there is some like industrial that there is some kind of related with agriculture. They get H2A.
I don't know what the deal is, but we were told we would have to get an H2B, not H2A. And I can't get the owners talked into it. The manager, he would have done it already, but the owners say, oh, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. You have to pay them so much per hour, which I don't know what the minimum this year is, but last year it was like $17.30 an hour, I think.
Well, $18.32, I guess.
$18.32 is the minimum. So, well, you have to give them that much an hour, and you have to give them a vehicle, and you have to provide them a house. Well, so what? We need employees. I'm the youngest guy that works here, and I'm 31.
All right.
I mean, it's just there's nobody here.
But it's something they have to think about, because people getting old and get retired,
and they don't want to work the hours that we work anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want to work the hours that I have to work to get the work done. I'd like to have 2 guys would make a huge difference for us, and I can't get them talked into it. I need to buy some farm ground so I can get an H2A guy and then just work him in the business, but they won't do that because of the liability. I mean,
insurance and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, just the liability if something bad were to happen. If I had him on my ground on my farm visa and he was working here and got in a car wreck and passed away, it wouldn't be good. But like I said, I just can't get him talked into it.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, hard for you guys and hard for someone that wants the opportunity to come.
Yeah, I mean, the simple fact is, people that are already here, they don't want to work that hard. Why, when they could just apply for jobs and get $40,000 a year from the government in unemployment benefits, and why would they want to come work and actually work for $40,000 a year? They don't want to.
You know what? This kind of politics is getting all over the place. In Brazil is the same.
Yeah.
It's hard to get someone, to do some hard work.
I mean, and this is
prefer to stay home, get little money, and
do nothing.
Yeah.
And they're completely fine with it. And this isn't hard work. I mean, this isn't easy. You have a lot. I know a person looking at this goes, oh, he doesn't know, he's not even looking at it. Well, I've done it so much. But all you have to do is pay attention.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing, make sure you're doing it right, but pay attention. Exactly. I mean, that's it. We got air conditioners, I got Bluetooth radio, I can play all the stuff off my phone all day long. I mean, like I said, we got refrigerators and everything you can need to make it as easy and less difficult on you as possible. But
man, if I tell you, I was running as a manager at a little dairy farm, yeah, and our tractor didn't have even a cab.
Yeah, doesn't even have a cab.
So what I mean. So that's huge difference, and we were happy to have a tractor. Many people doesn't have a tractor, so you cannot complain.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, over here, this is a $600,000 machine, and I can't even get somebody to come run it. Exactly. I mean, they just that's too much work.
You see? Yeah, it's unbelievable the way human beings going these days.
Yeah, and it's
terrible.
Like you said, it's the whole world. I mean,
yeah,
the South African guys say it's the same way at home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they come here, because the exchange rate's so good. They make so much more money working over here for 8 months than they would staying at home and working a job at home year round. That they can come over here and work for 6 or 8 months and go home, and it's a 4-month vacation.
Yeah.
And then they come back and work again, and they still are money ahead. But it's so sad.
The only problem for me in this, coming over and go back is to be away for so long from family.
Yeah, it would be tough.
That's hard. That's a hard beat.
That's what I tell all of them, especially the ones, there's a few over here that are married and have kids, but most of them are, 20 to 24 and single, or not married and don't have kids. But it's like, man, I don't know that I could do it. Go away from my kid the other side of the world for 8 months. I mean, and I don't get to see my son here as much as a lot of people.
How old are your kids?
We have one, and he's 3.5. But you may have seen him in church with my parents a time or two.
Yeah, I saw Bob with little kids.
If you saw him with a little kid, that's my son.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Now we're empty, or we're done. We're not empty, so we're just gonna drop this rate in a little less than half and go around the outside edge. Get rid of it. We don't have very much left. Have a little extra, but not a lot. Yep.
Yes, man.
Like I said, I've done this for so long I can almost do it in my sleep. But I love it. I like running the equipment. I like the people I work for. I like the people I work with. I like the farmers we do work for.
That's the main deal, because when you do work where you like it, it's kind of,
it's a lot more fun.
You don't feel the stress. You don't feel,
And this job does get stressful at times, when everybody's busy. Everybody's planting, and you got to get it all sprayed before it rains, or it gets windy, or the crop gets out of the ground. It can definitely get stressful.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love going and spraying a field, and then a week later driving by and it's all dead.
Yeah.
Or when you spray the corn after they plant the corn, and you spray it, and the corn starts coming up, and there's no weeds. And I like it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There's a lot of times I call the crop, that's my corn. I sprayed it all year. It's my corn. I like the way it looks.
And you feel part of it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, despite it's not yours, the ground, and but
I don't get any money out of it, but I'm part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I screw up, I can influence the crop very easily.
Sure.
And that's one thing that is really hard for a lot of people that have tried to come do this to understand. They're like, oh, if you wreck the sprayer, that's so expensive. No, that's not even the expensive part.
Yeah.
The expensive part is the money that's in the ground, and the neighbor that's next to you, that if you drift the chemical on there and kill that gets expensive, and causes bad relationships and issues that just don't need to happen.
Absolutely.
It's a lot. So a lot of people look at this and think, "Oh, you're just sitting in there. The computer does." No, you've got to pay. You've got a lot to look out for. I mean, a lot to pay attention to, and it's just like the farmer planting these days. All the computer does it all.
But usually, people from the cities does this thinking.
Yeah,
because we who lives in the countryside, we know.
We know what all goes into it. I mean. Got the little there's a front bin, and then there's a little middle bin that's like a float bin.
Yeah.
You can flip that to it'll go to either the front bin or the back bin, and it's going to the front bin right now. That's that middle float bin. You can switch it to either way you need it. And it's just emptying it is all that we gotta get out. But yeah, like I said, I love it. People say, "Oh, you're crazy. I don't know how you do that all day, every day." Being around all the chemical and everything, and it's dusty and it's dirty sometimes, and then you blow a hydraulic hose and you gotta get covered in oil changing it, and it's nasty. And it's like, I like it.
Yeah, that's what I wanna ask. Yeah, how you guys do the maintenance with the?
We do it. Yeah. We change all the oil, all the fluids, everything ourselves, and if something breaks and we can fix it, we fix it. If something breaks and we can't,
same as we do here.
Yeah. If something breaks and we can't fix it, we'll call John Deere or whoever to come do it. But in all of our semis, we do a lot of the mechanic work on our semis. We change all our own tires. We patch all our own tires. That's what we do all winter long. Is go through all our semis.
Make sure everything's ready to go.
Service everything. Have to get all the trucks inspected every winter. That's what I'm gonna do when I get back to the office. I'm gonna throw this machine on a trailer behind a semi and haul it over to Maxville and go spread that next field. Talking about getting CDL, that they've made that a lot harder than it used to be too. The CDLs, you have to go to the school and
yeah, I heard that even this year the inspection trip is easier than ever.
The what now?
The inspection trip?
Yeah.
That you have to tell the...
Yeah, well, like I said, because they make you go to a school for it now. I mean, when I did it, you didn't have to do that. You had a truck and you took it. As long as the truck would pass inspection, and I mean, you had to go take a written test and get your learner's permit. And then you took a truck and you went. The guy jumped in the truck with you and you drove. And if you passed, you got your CDL. If you didn't pass, you had to go back and try again. But now, like I said, you have to go to a school, and like a 6-month school to take classes and
well, these guys that they are not going to school. I don't know how.
That's probably because they're not actually getting a CDL. They're getting a non-commercial Class A would be my bet.
No, it would be CDL.
It will be CDLAs.
Yeah.
Then maybe Carson's got a deal.
I guess it's because Carson is like
got enough trucks and everything that he can get somebody to do it. But there's just so many more regulations from the insurance companies and everything that the government has passed to so much more difficult.
Yeah. I got just the Class C.
You got just a Class C?
Because despite Joe has the semis, I don't drive those semis.
Yeah.
He drives it.
Yeah, you don't need a Class A to drive the feed truck, so, or a tractor, so, or a swather or anything. You don't have to have a CDL to drive this rig.
Yeah,
at all.
Covered, I think it's about 200 miles or something. 200 miles.
I think it's 100 nautical miles, but you still don't have to have that to drive this machine at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like a tractor. You don't have to have a special license to drive a tractor. Just about it. I'll be able to zip it back over here and pick it up. By the time we get up there, we'll be done. Fold up, go on my day, and you can start disking.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the steering from another truck and put it in the one I was doing the maintenance in the disc.
Yeah, greasy.
So I'm gonna use the disc. Oh, that's it. Lovely.
Yep. Depending on your rate of fertilizer, you can run almost 100 acres an hour. With one of these machines. Between this or the sprayer, depending on how much you're putting down and how often you have to go low.
You know, the big farmers, they do have machine like this, but the small ones, they've got something that twists.
Yeah, spinner. Yeah, they're spinners.
Yeah.
We have a big machine like this with a spinner box on the back for spreading limestone, but we don't do fertilizer with it because we have 2 of these machines. Yep. So, all right. Well, it's nice to meet you, Leo.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you around.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Send that when you send to the YouTube video. Send it to Ty and tell him to send it to me. I'll watch it.
I will.
All right. Have a
See you later. You too.